First reading, 2 Kings chapter 25 verse 1 to 12. And it came to pass in the 9th year of his reign, in the 10th month, the 10th day of the month, that Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon came, he and all his army against Jerusalem. And they surrounded it, and raised works round about it. And the city was shut up and besieged till the 11th year of King Sedecias. The 9th day of the month, and a famine prevailed in the city, and there was no bread for the people of the land. And a breach was made into the city. And all the men of war fled in the night between the two walls by the king's garden. Now the Chaldees besieged the city round about. And Sedecias fled by the way that leadeth to the plains of the wilderness. And the army of the Chaldees pursued after the king, and overtook him in the plains of Jericho, and all the warriors that were with him were scattered, and left him. So they took the king, and brought him to the king of Babylon to Riblatha, and he gave judgment upon him. And he slew the sons of Sedecias before his face, and he put out his eyes, and bound him with chains, and brought him to Babylon. In the 5th month, the 7th day of the month, that is, the 19th year of the king of Babylon, came Nebuzaradan commander of the army, a servant of the king of Babylon, into Jerusalem. And he burnt the house of the Lord, and the king's house, and the houses of Jerusalem, and every house he burnt with fire. And all the army of the Chaldees, which was with the commander of the troops, broke down the walls of Jerusalem round about. And Nebuzaradan the commander of the army, carried away the rest of the people that remained in the city, and the fugitives that had gone over to the king of Babylon, and the remnant of the common people. But of the poor of the land he left some dressers of vines and husbandmen. Psalms chapter 137 verse 1 to 6. Upon the rivers of Babylon, there we sat and wept, when we remembered Zion. On the willows in the midst thereof we hung up our instruments. For there they that led us into captivity required of us the words of songs. And they that carried us away, said, Sing yet to us a hymn of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the song of the Lord in a strange land? If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand be forgotten. Let my tongue cleave to my jaws, if I do not remember thee, if I make not Jerusalem the beginning of my joy. Gospel, Matthew chapter 8 verse 1 to 4. And when he was come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. And behold, a leper came and adored him, saying, Lord, if thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. And Jesus stretching forth his hand, touched him, saying, I will, be thou made clean. And forthwith his leprosy was cleansed. And Jesus saith to him, See thou tell no man, but go, shew thyself to the priest, and offer the gift which Moses commanded for a testimony unto them.